Hey guys, welcome back. So for today's video I'm sitting here on the kitchen floor because I'm about to clear out the cabinets underneath my kitchen sink. So it's a huge mess in there at the moment, and it's gotten to the point now where I've got so much in there I haven't cleared it out in a really long time. I just need to get in there, pull out all the stuff I'm not using anymore and reorganize it. So I'll open up the doors in a second. You can see the embarrassing mess that I've created over the last 3 years, and then hopefully I'm going to be able to get everything out, purge a lot of it, and then reorganize it and pop it back in a much more organized and user-friendly fashion. So I'll open up the cabinets now and you can have a look at, the mess I've created. So as you can see, I've made a very half-hearted attempt at organizing already. So I bought these plastic drawers way back when we lived in our first house. So that is, I suppose a little bit organized. The rest of it, I have this basket there that was meant to hold all my sponges, but as you can see, everything is just overflowing and filling out. I've got no organization going on for my surface sprays and floor cleaners, that kind of thing, and then there's just stuff everywhere. So the other thing I was going to say is this, I have the IKEA double bowl farmhouse sink. I'm not sure what the actual name is, but I will link it down below. So this is what the plumbing looks like underneath the sink, and I'm actually looking at it now and I feel like the drawers I've purchased are not going to fit in here, so I might have to do some shuffling around. So first thing I'm going to do is pull everything out of the cabinet, decide what I do and don't need anymore, and then we'll get into the actual organising portion of the video. So before I go on with this video, in case you're hearing any kind of roaring or screaming in the background, that's just my son. He's just playing Ben 10, so that's how it rolls in this house. There's always a bit of background noise. These drawers at Big W just now. They are the 8.6 litre plastic single drawers, and they are stackable. So I've got 2 of them, and my thought was that I would stack them, but obviously the plumbing's in the way. So it might end up working okay though if I do that. Let's see if the drawers that I already had will fit. It's like a millimetre off. Anyway, maybe I can when we count down, tell me when to stop, tell me when to stop, babe. Just keep on dancing like we're night bound. Numbers on the clock, I'll be ready when we go down. Okay, and here's the finished product. So, like I said, I decided to keep this how it was. I've taken the labels off because I'm going to redo them. I've changed a few things that are in the drawers. But basically, I have in here still dishwashing tablets, some paper bags. We hardly use these. I'm not even sure why I bought them in the first place, but there's some paper bags in there in case I ever do need them. Oh. In here is the smaller sort of sandwich bags. Again, we don't really use those very often, but they're good to have. And these are the super large ones, which are good for freezing. Oops. Those are really good for freezing meals and things in. So I've got those. In this bottom drawer, I have sort of cleaning supplies. So I've got some disinfecting wipes, which again, I don't use all that often, but they are good to have. I prefer to use a cloth or something that's reusable. These I used to use a lot before I got onto Enyo and Norwex products. They're just microfiber cloths. I've got them in bulk from probably Aldi, and I think Woolworths had them as well at one point. So I do still use these, but I do prefer to use my Norwex and Enyo cloths for most days. So still need them, but they're not sort of the ones I reach for most of the time. Across the side here, these are my surface wipes. So there's all-purpose ones, and there's a glass and surface cleaner from Method. Behind them I do have a Dettol one that I've sort of almost finished, just need to use that up, and I've got the Method floor cleaner, which I don't reach for obviously as often as these ones. To this side, this little basket is the one I already had. I've just taken everything out and left in there sort of the everyday cleaning supplies that I use. So I've got the Norwex dusting mitt here, the marble paste from Enyo, which is amazing. I really recommend this. This is one of the dishcloths or kitchen cloths that I use. This is what I use now rather than those microfiber cloths these days. So I really like the Norwex because you can choose the colours of the cloth that you want to use, whereas with Enyo, they have already color coded everything for you. So I do have the kitchen cloths in here from Enyo, but I prefer to use Norwex. And then I have the Norwex dish sponge, which I've only just started using these and I'm absolutely loving them. And then I also put a scourer in here, so it's just easy access. I think this is actually the Norwex one as well. So that's sort of what I just grab for every day. And then to the side here, I have the floor wipes. Again, I don't use these very often, but I like to have them handy for when I do need them. So in this drawer down below, I have some more dishwashing supplies. I've got a bottle brush, which I don't need to use very often anymore because none of my kids drink bottles. I've got some more scourers. I've got a whole bunch because apparently I went through a phase where I just bought a whole bunch of them. Now I just have heaps. I've got a couple of your more traditional sponges are in here, and then some Magic Eraser type blocks. I'm pretty sure that's a Aldi brand one, and then these ones are the actual Magic Eraser. I really like to have these on hand for just those little jobs that need a little bit more oomph. So that's all in there. Behind this set here, I do have some cleaning vinegar. I had just buy them in bulk and store them back there because I don't obviously reach them very often because I just top up my spray bottles and then use that day to day. So in the very back of the cabinet, I don't think you can really see it, but behind this pipe and everything are just some refills that I've got for the dish soap that I use, and I think there's an extra spray bottle for this one as well back there. So they're just things obviously I don't reach for at all unless I'm refilling my dish soap, so that there all the way back there when they're not in the way. And then back here I just have some disposable gloves as well. I don't really use these all that often, but I do need them every now and again, and I've just left them in the box they came in because you really don't need to have pretty baskets for every little thing that you have. Let's keep it real. That is the final result. I think it took me about 20 minutes to organize it and I spent $16 just on those extra drawers. So really happy with that. Super on budget, super easy. It doesn't have to be overly complicated, but I'm feeling much more organized now. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it's inspired you to maybe tackle your own under the sink cabinets. Give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy. Please subscribe if you're new, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.